Hello folks, how are we doing? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Welcome to the show. We're going to do something a bit different. We're going to paint some models and hang out and chat. I've got very tranquil, relaxed music on, but you lot that join me, I don't know how long it's going to be before the Northern boys are blasting out. I've tried to keep it a nice calm start, and I've taken us to a 90s arcade. How much time have we spent in a 90s arcade, boys? I think I'm just going to do this live and not leave it on the channel. But in case I do, and you're watching and we're not live, thanks for stopping by. I don't think I'll timestamp this because I imagine it's going to be fairly random and all over the place. But the plan, if you care to join me, is for us to paint some Tyranids. For a lad that's colourblind, I think this looks alright. I think that looks alright. So I'm going to chat you through how I've painted a Tyranid like this, despite the fact that I'm pretty awful at painting. And we're going to chat about the data slate, and we'll chat about random things we've been up to over the weekend. And you'll be sharing your efforts on the Discord, and I'll show you what you've been up to. I've got my hair cut. Well, actually, Georgia just booked. We were at this thing last night. We were at someone's 60th had rented out like a cinema, and me and G were just like, I think we'd gone to the gym. We play pickleball now. Anyone play pickleball? Hell of a sport is pickleball. We played a bit of pickleball. Oh, I've just realised I've not got that camera plugged into the power. Never mind. We played pickleball, and then we were having some lunch, and then G was like, your hair, like, it needs a cut, doesn't it? And I was like, does it? She's like, yeah, it kind of needs a cut before we get this thing. And then she literally, like, yeah. So I went to the Turkish boys, and they don't mess around, them Turkish lads. They trim that hair. G was not fed petrol pie. G was fed, or had pizza actually. We had a salami pizza. We were a bit tired today because the 60th birthday party was pretty boozy. Free bar, open bar, live music. It was a good giggle. How are you boys doing? What have you been up to? How's your Sunday? Right, so we'll take song requests. From members only, of course. I don't know what the vibe is going to be. I'm thinking we want like fairly chill music for like doing a bit of painting and hobby stuff, but you know, you never know. We might want absolutely bonkers music. Who knows? Tell me what the vibe is, boys, and I'll put some tunes on. Does this look good? I'm going to keep showing this off. I think it was pretty good, didn't it? It looks very Tyranid-esque, right? Do you know what I mean? Bright. Adam votes hardcore dark techno. I mean, I'm happy to go over consensus. We can't take you seriously, mate, with the hardcore dark techno unless you've got support from the chat. Rejected opinions. Let's put /Discord. To join our Discord, my friend, become a member of this channel, $2.99 a month, and then you get a link to join. You can catch us on the Discord. And I think some of you have already put bits that you've been working on the Discord already. So let's have a look at what you're working on, and if you've got some other stuff, chuck it in the Discord. Tim's been cracking on. The old Nurgle. Is this Nurgle you've been painting, mate? Let's have a look, lad. Let's have a gander. Nurgle, is that Nurgle? No. My screen's actually really far away from me. This is a bizarre setup that I've done. Who's this? Stephen. Way. Mate, it's very Pride-esque. Pride month. Here we go. Looking good, this, mate. You got the skills. Oh wait, it's a big Nurgle lad. Look, I can see that now with a... It's a big Nurgle lad. We'll chat about the bounce day slate. We'll do a bit of painting. Hopefully this doesn't look... The camera's sort of spun the camera around, so... Hopefully it looks alright. So this is what we want it to look like, boys. Yellowy, fleshy nonsense. Let us know what you think of the balanced data slate. It feels like a completely new game. Tom, I don't know if Tom's in the chat, Ham Sandwich was round on Friday night and we had a game. We can talk about that game. We had Drakari and I was playing the World Gobblers. And yeah, me and Tom were chatting through the changes. Feels like a completely different game. And there is something weird happening. Every time I either go to a different faction, and I've said this about 50 times on the stream, but every time I go to a different faction or stop playing one, they get better. Knights clearly got better. I'm going to do a show with Toby, not next week, the week after, talking about Knights. Rejected Opinions, welcome to the crew. Good lad. Tim's got some pizza on the go. Good vibe. Rob, you're doing a commission paint, mate? You're doing a bit of commission painting? What tunes? So, Gnome Core. Alright, first member's request for a tune before I actually put paint on a model. What is Gnome Core? This better not be some, like, hyper-offensive chaos lunatic. You guys are about to get me in trouble. Gnome Core. What is this? Lads. What is this?
The dwarves of yore made mighty spells, while hammers fell like ringing bells, in places
Evening, Ian.
where dark things sleep, in hollow halls beneath the fells.
What is this? Right, let's do some skin. Golem and flesh. I'm going to paint the prime. What is this, lads? What is this? What is this? I never thought in my life I'd ever be sharing my painting with anyone. That's how bad I am at painting. Or maybe that's how bad I was at painting. So I'm just going to keep showing this because I do think it looks... I'm happy with it, you see. TTV. Bookshot. Comes in strong with a 5. Good lad. We appreciate it, mate. We appreciate Bookshot. Does everyone feel mystical and cheeky? Go on, let's do some actual painting then, boys. Let's get some Gulliman flesh on this bad boy. Honestly, contrast paints changed everything. Oh yeah, I should do it so you can actually see, right? Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this in the chat. Brandon. Oh shit, membership ran out again. Right. Before this happens for the second time, Brandon, please go into your settings and allow for other people to gift you memberships, because last time this happened and everyone was trying to get you to be a member again, we spent probably about 50 quid in giving random people memberships instead of you. So please, Brandon, change that setting. Or I'll just send you 3 quid. Right? Or I PayPal you $2.99 now. If I PayPal you $2.99, will you join, Brandon? Because I don't think we can live in a world where you're not a member. You are our first ever member. I've got a wet palette, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's not actually wet. It's a dried out wet palette. Tim says, Brandon, stop buying vapes. Brandon, God, this is an unusual song request, lads. I do feel mystical and cheeky though, but it's unusual. Ginger Steve. Good lad, my friend. I'll get you into our secret Discord section. And we've got a lot of old world stuff rocking up this week. It's going to be like old world. Well, we're doing Meta Monday tomorrow, as usual. And we're going to be talking about models. But yeah, we've got a first old world game on Thursday. Stephen is playing Michael from Return to the Old World. I really need to move the camera that way though. And then on when's Luke's tournament? Is it Saturday or Sunday? Because I'm streaming that. I've just forgotten which day it is, but G's busy, so we've got the green light to stream a load of Old World, which I think a bunch of you are going to be playing at. I'm not sure how much longer I can handle Gnome World. Have we got any more suggestions for music, lads, or is this your vibe? Is this everyone's vibe? Love how contrast paint, you can just absolutely lever it on a model and pretend that you know what you're doing. It's one of the beauties of contrast paint, lads. Show us what you're working on, whack it in the Discord, and I'll have a look. There we go. Oh no, we're still going. Ginger Steve likes it. We've got 40 minutes of it to go. Adam says, Brandon shouldn't be gifted. We should be keeping the paws out. Ginger Steve, there's nothing wrong with net decking, mate. That's what everybody does in this game. That's what it's all about. Whacking on the Gulliman flesh. So I went to this 60th last night at the cinema. They'd booked out like a few floors of the cinema in Worthing. It was a fancy do. I was just messing around, dancing about, chatting to these characters. And one of them went, why don't you join the choir? Because G knows more because she's in a gospel choir. Even though half of you think she's not real. She's real. And she's in a gospel choir. So then they go, why don't you join the choir? Join the choir. You should join the choir. I was like, no way. I've a couple of things. First of all, I can't sing, which is a problem. Second of all, it's G's thing. I don't want to be in a choir. That's her thing. And then I said, I do too much geek stuff. And then they were like, what geek stuff are you into? And I was like, Warhammer. They were like, Warhammer? Our son's just got into Warhammer. All right, nice. And then I said, do a bit of 40k. And then the mum just started shouting at me, 40k wanker. Doing a wanker symbol in my face and going, AOS, AOS. And I was like, Jesus. Okay. So much for we're all in this together. We're all in the community. Right. Join the Discord. Now you're a member. There should be... Can someone help, actually? Because I've never actually done that. There is instructions to join once you sign up to be a member. Lads, Rob will know. Rob, can you share where that is on YouTube, please, mate? And if we can't find it, I'll just get you a link now that lets you join and just put it in. Well, Ginger Steve, I'll send it straight to you. Yeah, so what's that about? Aggie AOS players, eh? Right. What's the next song suggestion? It's feeling too... I feel like we need something... We don't want to go to Northern Boys yet, do we? Ginger Steve. Did you punch that 60-year-old mum and tell that Old World is where it's at? I did say, why you got him playing AOS? It's like the sun. And she started telling me how much she loves putting the models together and how happy it makes her feel. What about this? This is what I put on when we have a game here and we're not streaming. Stephen will attest to this when he was around the other week. I was like, let's just whack on some Lord of the Rings lo-fi beats and crack on. Sunday is the day for painting, isn't it? Oh, I think no, it's alright, Rob. I think TTB's explained. Go Discord, go connections, YouTube account's connected, you'll be able to join there. Thanks, guys. Teamwork, get on the Discord, share what you're working on, we'll have a look at it. People that are actually good at painting can even, like, say useful stuff, do you know what I mean? I guess those useful painters would probably say to me right now, nice wet palette, but why is it dry? Good question. Telling Novelli bought me this. Oh god, I just painted my microphone. Not try to turn this into ASMR. That's weird, isn't it, ASMR? Any of you lot? Is that what you guys get off to sleep to? Put your ASMR, your Warhammer 40,000 ASMR. I find it quite weird, quite creepy. Gulliman Flesh. I'm not making very quick progress on this, lads, but I am levering Gulliman. Why is the brush so small? This is a very small brush, actually, isn't it? It's a small layer brush. Come on. I'll step it up. Go for a small base brush. If there's any other tips that you guys have for me painting these. Oops. I see this nice brush. Snackered that one, boys. I have to chew it. Adam says, let's have a segment where we all roast Paul's painting. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be hard. That's a pretty easy segment to do. Why haven't I got any thicker brushes? Is this thicker? No, that's an artificial layer brush. Honestly, the state of my brushes is so bad. Not good. What about this one? Medium layer brush. Boom. Sorry, that was loud. Why am I using GW brushes? When me and G first got together and she realised what an absolute nerd I was, she bought me a load of these ones. There we go. What are they? Windsor and Newton ones, but honestly, if you could see the state these are in now, you'd all just want to crucify me. I'm not very good at looking after my brushes. Right, bigger brush, here we go. How are we feeling about Lord of the Rings lo-fi? Liking that? Right, let me see if any of you boys have put it in the Discord. Here we go. You boys are showing stuff on the Discord, and I've missed it all, so let's go back and look at that. I think we'll slowly build this up, won't we? We'll start nice and smooth with a bit of lo-fi, a bit of whatever that gnome weird stuff you just add on. Tim says you can clean your brushes with plastic cement. Oh, I have this thing. I got this thing, but I just keep forgetting to do it. I'm just a bit useless, really. Who shared the pizza box? Right, what we got, boys? Bookshot, finishing off these two lads, starting with a Witch Seekers unit. Custodian's great again. I know, Rob, go on, Rob. I reckon Rob's going to go. No. But they're definitely better than they were, right? They've definitely got a little tickle in the right direction. But are they great again? There we are, look. Adam, good lad. What have you got on that? That looks like a very aggressive meat feast. I can't really make it any bigger because of my setup. TTV, stop calling my gnome stuff weird. This is just pop gnome core. Probably made by AI. Reject home, and here we go, mate. Looking good, lads. Tyranids. +1 strength. You can't be mad at +1 strength. Neil, finishing off some scenery. Good lad, mate. That reminds me that I need to get some new scenery for the stream. Or maybe I just borrow Pete's. Do you think people would be up for that, lads, if I just borrow Pete's and take a box back each week? Sure, what are you working on here, lads? Is that a gnome? What is that? Is that an ogre? Why did I say gnome? That's an ogre, right? Ogre cannon? Tell me what it is, please. Stephen! Is that the back of the Zinch chive? Oh, he did say underneath, Tam, mate. You're working on a big old iron blaster. Nice one. Reject Omen. More Tyranids. Good man. Uh-oh. Nick's working on aggressors and redeemers. About to fourth company the shit out of them. Good lad. Try, guys. There's a lot of Tyranids, guys. It's a very Tyranid themed evening, which I'm happy with. Looking good, boys. Oh, the camera's gone off. I knew that happened. Let me just plug the power into it. Keep painting, boys, and enjoying the lo-fi. Sorry, lads. I did say at the beginning, didn't I? I forgot to plug that camera into the mains, but give it 2 minutes, it'll be back on. Ginger Steve, what a lad. Buy some new brushes. And thanks for the old world content. Cheers, mate. I really appreciate that. Good lad. I appreciate that a lot. Everything else so bad. Let's inspect some of my brushes. This is a dry brush, right? It's actually now just sort of solid. I don't think you could really dry brush with that anymore. This is the fancy Winsor & Newton one. I mean, yeah. I can still sort of bite it. It's quite hard. Oops. They're expensive as well, I think. Although G didn't tell me how much you paid for them, but I feel like they were a chunk of money. Tyranids. Did anyone answer me questions about Tyranids being great again? No, Custodes being great again. Rob, what did you say? Oh man, there's a lot of chat. Sorry, I'll scroll back. Rob says, World Eaters will be average in the meta. The missions require lots of bodies for actions. Right. Let's talk about World Eaters for a minute. So, I played Ham Sandwich. I think he's currently on the Discord with Brandon playing TTS. I think. So if any of you boys that have just joined the channel enjoy a bit of TTS, then you'll find yourself in good company on the Discord, because we do have TTS games on the go. Yeah, so I played Tom's Dakari. It was a good game. But the same thing happens every... I mean, how many games have I played of World Eaters now? Probably like 9 games. And I've done alright with them. But nearly every single game, Army just runs out of units by like turn 4. Turn 5, I'm never in a position where I'm like, whoa, got loads of stuff left. It's always super, super, super ropey. And Brandon was telling me I need more, like chaff in the list or whatever, more jackals. But I tell you what, they just need. I don't know. I know they increased the points of everything. Well, of the 8-bound. But they could just do with another. I don't know. Another like 3 8-bound in my list. And I feel like it'd be a bit punchier, but man, does it die quick once it's gone in and kicks everyone's teeth in. And is Angron just a bit of a trap, right? Because like, yeah, sure, you can come back. Well, you got this model that can come back that's like 500 points, whatever, which is amazing. But he doesn't always come back. Sometimes he just stands on the side and faffs about, doesn't he? Absolutely faffs. Custodians are going to be okay. The missions need lots of bodies to do actions, and you can need 2 or 3 a turn, so elite armies will suffer. They're a bit better than they were. They were not in a great spot, were they? I think people just didn't want to play them. But since I've got an entire army of the things in my drawer. Can we get some progressive Celtic folk grind metal doomcore? Jesus. Okay. We have a camera back in action, I think. Whee! We have a camera. Is that the right way up for you guys? Yeah. Right, Adam, I feel like a Celtic folk grind metal doomcore doesn't exist. But you are a member of the channel, and you have been for some time, so I will search it and play whatever comes up. Celtic. This is already stupid, isn't it? Celtic folk grind metal. Mate, you're just trolling me. Grind metal doomcore. Ginger Steve, I really appreciate that super chat, mate. I know I've said it once, but I'm gonna say it again. What is this? The music so far is very on brand, isn't it? Of a load of lads geeking out and painting pretend models. Is this a banger? Absolute banger. Big time banger. Boys. Is it too early for Northern boys? Right. Seeing as like half the chat is painting Tyranids. Oh my god. There's a lot happening. Tell you what, I'm not sure this is a relaxing painting vibe. Whoa, my lord! It's making me paint quicker though. Bloody hell! It's too much. It's too much. Crikey. Anyone enjoying that? Sorry. I think it's time. What is that that's just come up? That is not what I wanted. There we go. If you've got children nearby, turn it down because it does contain swear words. I think this is a Sunday painting vibe. This wasn't the best model to pick to paint because there's so many awkward angles. The Northern Boys. We've got any more stuff on the Discord, lads? No, we're still very NID themed. NIDs. +1 strength. I feel like that's good. Well, it's never going to be bad, is it? Oh, Adam, you don't like it? What's wrong with the Northern Boys? Need more gnome core. Fine. Fine. Back to gnome core. Fine. Gnome core shit, here you go. Look at the logo here. Ginger Steve, I have to ask, when you interviewed two people about Old World, what's the game that can't be named? The game that can't be named is War Machine, which people get upset if I talk about too much. Which I used to play far too much War Machine. And yeah, that was a game I played through most of my life. But then I stopped playing it because they made a mess of it, and me and all my mates had tons of models that then just became completely useless and we couldn't do anything with. So I stopped playing it. But now, mates of mine that I used to play the game that shan't be named with, lads at Steamforge Games, Loxham and Matt Hart, I used to play War Machine with them. I used to work with them. Worked for them for a bit. They've bought War Machine, they've just bought the whole game. Which is interesting. I remember at the NEC, there was a War Machine tournament I played at the NEC. There was like a Masters event there every year. And they were like, we did a podcast back then, like we do now. And I interviewed them like outside around the back of a fire escape, and they were like, yeah, we're launching this company, we're going to do this thing called Guild Ball, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then they did it, and it went big, and now they've bought the entire War Machine IP. Which is pretty interesting, boys. But anyway, I'll stop saying War Machine because people get Ultra Mean Marine says War Machine wanker. Yeah, fair point, mate. Fair point. Are people still happy with the gnome core? See, I'd rather have Northern Boys, but it's not my stream, is it, boys? It's your stream. I need to see some more chat about the NIDs. I'll tell you about my Vanguard list. Ginger Steve, not an issue. I haven't super chatted in ages. I can afford it. I've never caught you live. So, hey, good lad. You're from Yorkshire. Me too, mate. And I tell you what, I miss being up north. Although I go back quite a lot for football, to watch Leeds. This is a really annoying model to paint. I was hoping that I could like get a model done and show you guys my really lazy techniques for painting this model, which I think actually comes out pretty nice. So maybe I'll speed up. I'll just start absolutely slapping it on. Right. Adam L. Was Paul the creator of poo dice? Just mate, the poo dice. Poo dice will go down as a legend. Imagine actually, can you imagine actually buying like fake dice? Not fake dice, like cheating dice, and taking them to an event. Like so wild, such a wild thing. I totally get people. We've always talked about this loads on stream. I totally get people cheating. I can understand people forgetting rules or letting opponents mess things up. But buying loaded dice, that is a whole. That is like. Is that the worst type of cheating, you think? I think it probably is. I think loaded dice is probably the worst type. And then the least, like, not the least, all cheating's bad, but the least bad? I don't know what's the right phrase. Sunday evening, my brain don't work very well. It's something that a guy did to me at a tournament recently where I was playing World Gobblers and he was, like, shooting me with loads of, like, Drakari stuff. And then his guns were like -3 AP, so I didn't realise that 8-bound had an invuln, so I was just taking him off. And I rolled a bunch of dice and some were 5s, and he was like, oh, only 1 dies there. And I was like, no, they're all dead, mate, and took them off. And then he sort of went, oh, and then just didn't say anything. So he obviously knew that they had an invuln, but I didn't realise and just took the models off, but then he didn't say anything. So I think a lot of you will think, well, that's your own fault, you idiot. You don't know your rules. You don't know. If you don't know what save your models have got, then that's not, it's your responsibility to know what save your models have got. It's your own fault. Which it is. You'd be absolutely right in saying that. But the guy also knew that I had an invuln and he didn't tell me. He didn't say, no, mate, you've got an invuln. Or at least I think you have. Why don't you check? Because in Magic, something goes wrong at the table. Like, a player doesn't know the rules, they get it wrong. Both players get in trouble. It's like, this shouldn't be happening. How did this happen? Whereas, is that cheating? Is that cheated? Is that cheating? This music is absolutely wild. Adam says, I heard a rumour that Paul had something to do with the Element game size controversy. It wasn't me. I've been in those toilets a lot, but I've never flushed dice in them. Played so many tournaments at Element Games over the years when I lived up north. And I've even hung out with Greg and Byron, who started Element Games. I've been to Greg's flat in Manchester. He's got a penthouse flat, or at least he did have. I was doing a bit of work with him. We went to Gen Con together. And we were out once in Manchester, and he was like, come back to my flat. It's alright. So we're back at his flat. He's got a piano in there. Very fancy penthouse flat. And then we climbed on the roof. He, like, dodged. I shouldn't really be saying this, actually, should I? Book should know when the Saints go matching. Yeah. Very good. I've still not recovered from that loss. I had to get the bloody train home full of Saints people, obviously, because I came down here. But yes. Very good. You went up, we didn't go up. But I'm going to be honest with you, Bookshot. Leeds didn't turn up that day and he deserved to win. But I will say this. It's going to be a hard season for you next year, mate. Adam says, show us the side of your head. Which side? Why do you want to see the side of my head? What? Why? Is it because you're about to Photoshop the hell out of me? Right, let's argue with someone online. Rob, have you got your phone on you, mate? I'm going to ring you up and we can have an argument on the phone. Because I reckon, Rob, have you already typed what you think of NIDS? NIDS in an odd spot. I think melees help certain units, and the keywords for monsters for Vanguard Gene Stealers look a lot better with Broodlord and the Neurotyrant. We sign up close up for -2 Battle-ish. God, I'm taking ages to take this model. Here's what I want from NIDS, right? The list that I was building has a Neurotyrant, a Broodlord, 2 of these boys, 2 units of Gargoyles, big unit of warriors with one of these primes attached to them. Another big unit of warriors with another prime attached to them. A lictor, a couple of exocrines. Oh, the Death Leaper. I didn't mention the Death Leaper actually, did I? It's got a Death Leaper in there. Ivor. And I think it's on paper. Oh, some Von Ryans. And on paper. Oh, and I just keep remembering everything else that's in it. Unit of Gene Stealers. And on paper, I think it looked alright when I built it. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. We'll deny a load of ability, deny a load of scoring, get up in the face, block them in, and screen them with the gargoyles. Okay, it hits a bit light. It's not like a mega hard hitting list, is it? But now they've got +1 strength. And now that you can either get -1, like Rob just said, you end up with -2 on the Battleshock rolls, then I feel like they're going to be all right. I feel like that's what they needed. I feel that's what everyone was moaning about. The thing that really sucked about that Vanguard list, I think I've done the Gullum and Flushing in, boys. I think we might have to move on to the best bit, the fun part. The thing that's really annoying about them is you do the army-wide Battleshock test, and then you just pass a bunch of the tests, and you're like, all right, okay. Well, that sucks. You like build a strategy around them failing, and then they just don't fail it. I wish that ability was just pick 2 units they're battle shocked. Just auto battle shock them. Ham Sandwich has joined us. Things look great, Paul. Even if I'm being accused of tickling, I ain't accused you of any tickling, have I? Oh, mate, no. That what the Jakari example wasn't Tom. Is that what you guys thought I meant? No, it was someone at the GT. It wasn't Tom. Yeah, well, it wasn't you, mate. Yeah, I even told you about it last night. Did Brandon just go to you on the Discord or something? Paul said you've cheated or something. Oh, shit. Right, what's Brandon up to? Are you a member again, Brandon? I need to see this, please. Building up some Night Lords Legionnaires. Good lad. Good lad. Get my Bretonians printed, lad. I'm only joking. Print them. Print them when you're going to print them, kidette. I'm not in a rush. I kind of want Tyranids to be... Tyranids should be amazing. Tyranids should be like... Tyranids should be scary, right? You should play a Tyranid army and be like, man, this thing's going to get up in my grill. It's going to kill loads of stuff. And I feel like they kind of do that, but then they just die, right? Especially that Vanguard list. It gets up in your face. And then something sneezes and all your stuff dies. But I'm not mad about +1 strength. Yeah, there we go. Gullum and Flesh done. Oh, it's that camera. Luxian purple is a mad colour. Exactly. Someone's shooting from the hip. I bet it was Tom. Paul's just scared to get his head knocked off. We did talk about... It's one thing that I'm happy to say is that Tom... when Tom was around on Friday, I did show him a couple of my Kung Fu moves, actually. I didn't... Not to scare him. Not like... I didn't intimidate him with them. I just did them sort of casually. And he was pretty impressed. Like, remember him saying... He would tell me a bit about... and Tom, you can back us up. He would tell us a bit about the university... sort of wrestling thing he set up. It was like, I think it was like American style wrestling, wasn't it? Tom, like not real. He set that up at uni. And he said, do you know what, mate? With some of the skills you showed me tonight, you'd have been a force. I said, cheers, mate. Seafood Tony. They'd be really proud. Really proud to hear that. I can't believe we're listening to Gnome Core. Who's come out best then? So Tyranny... It sounds like a serum set for us. Paul's got the 1-inch punch dev touch. Listen, I accept it that Kung Fu is a bit silly, isn't it? Kung Fu is a little bit silly. Let's get off the Swamp Kingdom and show some actual painting. Look at how satisfying is this contrast paints. Don't you think it's like painting by numbers, isn't it? It's just really satisfying, leathering it on and pretending you're good at painting. And I like this purple. Being colourblind as fuck. This is a nice, deep purple. Tom, you better not be denying this story in the chat. I'm going to look up in a second, and I swear to God. Have we got any more song requests, please? Gnome Core is unusual, although it does feel fairly appropriate. Wait, Sandwich set up an American cuddle team. Yeah, he was really into it. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Tom? Big time into it. I'm almost pleading for another song suggestion at this point. Ham says, I ran Mao Tai team, but none of us had... What's that? What does that mean? Please explain. Ham says, keep the gnome core. Okay. Fine. We'll keep the gnome core. We'll keep the gnome core. Out of interest, how many of you doing your hobbying right now use contrast paints? Because I feel like every single time I want to paint, I just want to use contrast. Just makes life so much easier. Adam says, Paul, I saw you in town. No, you didn't. Is this, are you about to have put a picture on the Discord or something being like, here you are? What is that noise? Oh, it's the Death Touch. I mean, obviously, I obviously knew that. It was quite funny, actually, the Kung Fu. Because there was one kid, there was one lad who was a character. He was what I'd call an unusual man, not a normal man. And he'd been going for ages. He'd just been going there for years and years and years. And Tony ran it like a business. So that was like his gig. His gig was doing his kung fu schools that he'd set up. So obviously, you don't want people quitting because they're your customers. You don't want people dropping out of kung fu school. So there's this one lad that had just been going there forever, and obviously, Tony's thought, well, to keep him engaged, I've got to keep progressing him, even though he was absolutely useless. So he ended up with this ridiculous belt or whatever you got, and he was completely... That was probably the point where I should have realised that it was sort of like a pyramid scheme type thing, and not actually a martial art. Oh Jesus! Someone's leaked G and Paul on the Discord. Uh-oh. Right. Where have you put it? When did that... Oh, that was yesterday. Very good. For those of you that have just joined the Discord, there is that is a very good... Well done, boys. There's an ongoing accusation, I guess, that my wife, Georgia G, is actually a robot called G3PO. Oh, please, this gnome core. Is this what you actually want on, lads? Is this the vibe? Rejected opinions. Never used. That's the name of the show so far. Never used contrast. Just a lot of army painter washes. You're missing out, mate, on a bit of fun. It's just very satisfying, I find, to put on the model. You really lever it on. Very satisfying process of painting it. Very satisfying. Ginger Steve says, when painting, I mostly use a guy called Nick who used to work for Siege. If not, I use Mohawk Miniatures J. I'm not sure they use contrast, but I don't think so. Yeah, they probably don't. They probably do all sorts of fancy layering. This, honestly, this gnome core, I think, is doing something to my brain. It sounds like there's like raining in the background. This is handmade gnome core. Is AI making music? I'm confused who took the time to make this. TTB are just trolling. It's awful. Come on, lads, we've got to do better than this. Can I put can I put a mashup on? Please, can I put a DMX, Carly Rae, whatever it is, mashup on? Will people not insta-quit the stream if I put one DMX mashup on? I promise just one. And I won't play them on. Oh, okay, fine. Telly Novelli in the chat. All right, kid. How are you doing? How's the boy? I'm going to have to maybe run and grab another power lead for this other camera, by the way. Let me just check the battery on it. Don't do it. No mashups. You're just going to force us to listen. Are you all happy with it? Is this all the future you want? Gnome core. Just want endless gnome core. I can't win. I've got G's watching something downstairs called Dated and Related. Can you believe that? That's a show. Dated and Related, where you go on to a dating show with your brother or your sister and help them navigate the complex world of reality TV dating. And essentially encourage your sibling to perform acts with other people that you think are quite cool and hang out with. So that's what she's doing. And you lot have got me listening to Gnome Core. Ginger Steve. Oh, Tom Green's joined us. Oh, should we put what's the football score actually? I was gonna watch the Scotland game. I know I'm obviously not going to watch it now. Oh, it's 1-1. 1-1. We need him to lose, really, just so we can keep singing that song, because it's a good chant. How are we doing, Tom? You had a good weekend? This channel is for the people. I love how Paul thinks he gets a say in this channel. Well, Ginger Steve said Pete and Baz. I'm down for some Pete and Baz, and that, Ginger Steve is also super chatted, so it looks like we're going to get some Pete and Baz. No Scotland, no party. Says, is that a song, Tom? Telly says, yeah, I'm alright. Boy's been blasting vomit around. He's just been doing a little vomit blast. Well, he's a good lad. Is he not well, kid? Telly's been a good lad this week. He's been a good man, a good normal man, and a good friend. Keeping an eye out for me. Reaching out, knowing I've had a shit week, and being a good lad. So I appreciate you, Telly. You're a bloody good man. A good normal man.
We're just normal men. Just innocent men.
£2 super chat for more Gnome Core. Peter, I had a friend who would listen album after album of speed metal, and I don't know how he could do it. I myself settled on Rain. Well, There's nothing wrong to listening to a bit of rain, mate. Better if it's fake rain rather than you sat in a country and weather shit. Scotland music. Ginger Steve, I appreciate you hugely. Easy Tiger. Pete and Baz. Ginger Steve, you're a good guy. You are a good guy. And thanks for supporting the show, my friend. I got some exciting news to share this week, actually, about the stream, which I will talk about in a second after we put some Pete and Baz on. And no one can complain, because it wasn't my suggestion, okay? Powerful tune.
Keep one eye open for the plain clothes. I need more leg room for the plane up. It's shit to the boys in Lagos. Stowed it down when the man need favours. Transatlantic for me flavours. Might chuck the chips down in Vegas. Bonjour to the birds in France. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? One love when I'm in Jamaica. I pass Magnum when I wine and dance. German whip with a German
right,
stick.
just got to check this camera.
King Kong banging on my chest, I'm global. Running up numbers, money man mogul. We don't chit chat, we ain't vocal. We ship packs out doing up postal. Shake hands with the locals, network and we don't mean social. Stepped out in Italian suede, I tell a man pray, go I tell you up total.
We're good. 77% on that camera, we're good. Don't have to run and get a charger.
Mr. Worldwide wanna pull up past our girls, wanna jump into the car and ride. I must apologise, I don't really have time to chat and threaten us with a friend in mind. Coming in, just touch down in Dublin, get cash back then double it, bubbling, car in a pot then shovel it, smuggling, pay for the jewels I'm covered.
See, this beats Gnomecore. The party's getting started, boys. Bookshot's coming, firing from the hip. Appreciate you too, mate. Bookshot, I think you are our top super chatter supporter over the shows that you've joined us, mate. Ginger Steve's not far behind you, though, after this evening. Appreciate you, Bookshot. You're a good lad, my friend. Bit of Ren. Well done, Brandon. Welcome back, Brandon. We missed you. What's Ren? You have to paint to the rhythm. Okay, well, let's give that a try. I actually need to change. Yeah, I've kind of painted everything on there. Just listen to this verse. Oh, I missed it. I missed my favourite verse. Boo. Right, no, I will. I'll paint. Alright, I'll paint to the rhythm. I think I have to be quick because I was about to end. I'll do it to the next tune. Oh, we might go back to that to play my favourite verse. What tune? Ren. Any particular... What song? We need a song suggestion. So, Troubles? Is this the vibe? Bookshot, you're in charge. Is this the tune, mate? Is this the vibe? Or different? Adam says, can we get some Little T on? All these bands that I don't know make me feel old. Well, I think we're all a similar age, aren't we, boys? Let's be honest. We're not young anymore. Jenny and Screech. Alright, fine. Memories are seeping. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible, Excalibur sword. Etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got. Here we go. 13 minutes long. 3 minutes on. There you go, lad. I met See Through You, Tony, the other day. Did you now? Right. Let me say something very important. The single best paint in the whole Games Workshop range is this. Oh. Imperial Fist Contrast. Holy smokes. It's so good.
Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet, she was heading back home to sleep.
I like this. Reminds me of Jamie T.
Because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape.
Let's get some Jamie T on, boys.
Can you blame? Well, on the very same night in a different place, that
right, go on then, I'll try. Is that what we got? We got to paint to the river.
14 years old and out of his brain, he'd been smoking
It's not safe.
with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar.
He's very Jamie T.
But 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was
Very
something in
Jamie
the
T.
air.
Right, sorry, I'm missing. I'm not looking at the chat.
Telling her to beware, maybe intuition,
Big push.
fogging her and making her
What
so
kind of
scared.
woman is this?
Siren sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets.
Imperial.
She turns a corner,
You were
eyes
fucked
they
up.
meet. After Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If
Valrak.
you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it.
So Valrak really upset Liam, didn't he? Because Liam asked him about. I just realised I've missed a bit of this model. Liam asked Valrak about how to paint yellow. He ignored him.
What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, go?
Is this just me? Is this just me, or when you miss a bit of a model? So I've just realised there's like a tiny bit of this model that I haven't painted the Gulliman flesh. My brain, so for my brain, I now have to go and paint that now. Do you know what I mean? Rather than carry on with the yellow. I can't handle not finishing that.
It was a quiet dark night.
So we're gonna have to go back to the Gulliman flesh.
Somewhere at London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete.
It's a good tune, Bookman.
She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a
Right, I did have a list of things I wanted to chat through, but I'm actually too distracted painting. Tom wants no Scotland, no party. Is just on YouTube? No Scotland. Okay.
In the lands where thistles sway, and the sound of bagpipes playing every social club and bar, from Hampton Park to towns
What is
afar,
this?
tales of Fibber have been told, of triumph and dismay.
Tom, you
We
Scottish?
talk of tournaments we played and all the memories that were made. We never seem to do too well. I guess that time will tell if we are finally gonna make it through the group stage. Nobody's saying what.
Keep putting what you're working on in the Discord, boys.
We know we ain't no Argentina, but we got John McGinn, and Robbo out on the wing, No Scotland, no party.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Steve Clark's starting army, and
It's a bit of fun.
we don't win, we'll boogie on in Berlin.
It's no John Barnes rap.
No Scotland, no party. Steve Clark's starting army.
Didn't realise you were Scottish, Tom. I thought this might have been like trolling Scotland. You're actually just blasting out Scotland's little anthem.
But now we've made it and we're here, there should be nobody that we fear. Beating
Ginger Steve, I love Fat Sam myself. He let me borrow models for my first event after 20 years out of the hobby. He's a right lad if you get one he's home without his ego. Or if his Mrs. April is there. Nearly read all that out. Nearly read all that out. Our FedEx paying you for your Tyranid colour scheme. Is this FedEx? Am I painting my Tyranids FedEx? Well, Adam, you requested a song, didn't you, pal? What was your suggestion? Where was your suggestion? Type it again, Adam, if you suggested something. Oh, Little T. Sorry, I got it. Little T. Is this one nearly over or what, Tom? It's picking up. You know, fair play to the Scottish boys. Live the best life. Go on then. What for? Any more Discord? There's a very good meme of me there, boys. You did very well. Very good. Little T. Is that who you wanted? Little T. What is this? We can't have any more of that one. Who is Little T? Right, Adam. What is this?
Sophie, yes, we know who you are. Sophie, yeah, you're really not hard. Sophie, yeah, you're gonna get hard.
What is this?
Yo. Sophie, we know who you are. You're that girl who copied my bars. You're that girl who is a retard. Look at your makeup, look at your clothes.
He's firing out.
Got a big nose. In your profile picture, what the fuck's that pose? When I see your brother, he better get on toes. Con, I'm gonna give him some sick blows right to the nose. Yes, Sophie,
he's hard.
Know who you are. Sophie, yeah, you're gonna get pod. Sophie, yes, we know who you are.
Sophie's in trouble.
Why is this girl, yeah, trying to spit? BG Media, run that shit. Lyrically spun that shit. I bet you got.
What's Sophie done to upset these two?
Yes, you're not the boys. Finish with
Nick the Baby Bell.
Yes, starving Marvin.
We just got cancelled because of these two absolute plebs. In fact, they're probably going to come after me now. Who is this? What's the backstory here? What's Sophie done to these two monsters? Sophie Aspin Send. They've even like given it like a full name. Well, that took a turn, didn't it? We've gone from Gnomecore to Blackpool Grime. What the hell was their problem? God. What, she's got a reply? Are you being serious? Put it in the chat and I'll play it. I don't know if you're winding me up about the fact that she's replied. Tom Hampshire was really annoyed at me because I got this song on his head. I kept playing this. Become a member. What, on my own channel? This is, for someone with ADHD, this is the worst nightmare. Because once this is in, it's like getting chewing gum on your shoe. Locked in. Absolute belter. Right, this Sophie lass. Oh, it might have blocked it. I'll just find it. Just, Adam, tell me what to type and I'll find it. Sophie reply. Here we go. Oh, you sent it me on Discord, sir. So this is Sophie. Is this Sophie firing back? Oh no. This isn't Sophie firing back. I think this is more of these Aggie lads.
We all thought that Milby's dead. She be bitch and for me again.
Oh no, this is her.
I'll send back got hurt last time, yeah, bitch you mad. We all thought that Milby's dead. Stupid bitch and for me again. I'll send back got hurt last time, yeah, bitch you mad. Millie, you been back.
What have we come across here?
Saspin.
Oh no, look at these. It's King and Queen. Oh, what's fucked out with?
Bad boy, what you know about that? Bang, little boy, stop with the gas. Little team manager, so he's ass. When I see him, he's going so fast. Just hate that we will not last.
We're in trouble. Not us on the stream, just society in general. Not ideal, is it, boys? Not ideal. What should I play in the league? So the league, new King and Queen League is going to be up soon. I've played for 2 leagues running now, Imperial Knights, and everybody that watches the show know how that has gone. I've found it incredibly frustrating playing Imperial Knights. It's wound me up. I've had some great games against really sound people, obviously. Some of you joining us. But it's also driven me completely insane. But here's the twist. That change being able to walk through. Oh, we're getting the pods tomorrow. Can we pick our faction after the pods, yeah? Right. Our knight's solid now. I tell you what, being the big lads walking through the terrain is really, really, really. That's great. The amount of times that drove me absolutely insane. Having to walk around, that was so bad. But having to walk through feels big, man. That feels great. And you're okay, fine. You got to take a battle shock test, but like, who cares? You just walk through a wall. But I don't think I can put myself through. Oh, I found another bit that I'm painted gold and flesh. I don't think I can put myself through it, lads. So here are the choices. Space Marines. Space Marine Vanguard list with Calgar, right? Option 1. Option 2, Tyrannid Vanguard list that we are currently painting. Option 3, thanks to a trade with my good friend Rob in the chat, Grey Knights. Could be Grey Knights, boys. We've got a Grey Knights army now. God, Sophie's... Like, get social services involved in this. God. Let's try and rescue the music situation after that. Well, it was a bit of fun. But it's just made me worried.
I'm worried.
Right, I'm not allowed to play mashups. I don't want to. Maybe should I just go back to Gnome Core? Go back to Gnome Core. You guys want Gnome Core, don't you? Back to the Gnome Core. Wait, this is Gnome Core. What is this? What is this? Oh my god. What is this? What is this? Is this is Gnomecore? Is this like one of the world's leading Gnomecore bands? I think we've found our groove. Brandon's 40k team. You're not wrong. This is a vibe. Look at these lads. Look at Ginger Steve, mate. We're gonna be rich with Ginger Steve. We're gonna be rich, I tell you. Cheers, man. I appreciate you, kid. Where'd you play, Ginger Steve? What club? This is a vibe, guys. Bad Boy Chili Crew. Absolutely love Bad Boy Chili Crew. This is a strong vibe. Right. Grey Knights is the other one. So I could play Grey Knights. I could play World Eaters. We got a lot to choose from, boys, but we need a faction that's going to be good. Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Oh, Toxicity. I'll play Toxicity just because it randomly came on, and then we'll put a bit of BBC on. I'm worried that World Eaters are actually going to drive me mad. I feel like they just run out of stuff. Me and Tom were chatting the other night. His anger on a trap taking him. Brandon's probably screaming at the screen in anger at that suggestion. But he's a lot of points. And yeah, I get it. Him coming back, wow, I mean, it's awesome. 400, nearly 500 point model coming back is amazing. But he doesn't always come back. Mate. See, I knew you'd say don't be silly, but it was Tom Hampshire and I were chatting about it, and Tom was saying, you know, there are some lists where you drop anger on and you just put more 8-bound in. Just 8-bound up. I feel like that list I have at the moment, it needs another like 6-man 8-bound. I'd say, what a tune this is. What a tune. What a tune. Oh man, I've done so much of this model that I've just not actually painted. Right, where are you from, Ginger Steve? Getting a big house this year to make my own club in the basement. Mate! That's the way to do it, kiddo. Not a club, just go to events, normally Hellstraw Mikeys. Good stuff. Does he do event? It's Midlands, isn't it? Or is he up north? Is he in Mordor? All the Northern Territories. I guess you could go my 8-point. I have 3 more. Yes, Rob, I still massively appreciate you lending me this army, mate. That goes without saying. I've got 3 8-pound that I could chuck in. Did you see? I don't want to spend my weekends driving to Harrogate, so go build my own club with blackjack and hookers. I was going to say something then, but I'm glad I didn't because I just realised this is live. So there's a few boys that play in Harrogate. That's where me and Telly grew up. Harajate, as we used to call it. Harajate. TTB says, you don't play Angron, what are you? Just a Blood Angel in cosplay. Right, what did we say? What were we going to get on? BBC. Right. I'll tell you what, these lads are absolutely hilarious. Absolute lads. We're at the stage where I can do some washing. I've got Gulliman Flesh, Luxian Purple, and then my favourite paint in the world, Imperial Fish Yellow, which just goes on everything. It's a beast. Look at these boys. I tell you what, this verse in a second. Not even a verse, just a line. This. Powerful piece. Right, what should I play? Tyranids, Knights, Marines, World Eaters, or Grey Knights. Honestly, I think the answer might be Grey Knights. I think it might be Grey Knights, boys. Why are you putting... No, this is a wash now. This is just a wash. So now I'm going to wash it very, very heavily in Caraberg Crimson. The old red. Lever it on. Lever it on. Yeah, Ginger Steve, if you live near Harrogate, mate, and you want games, shout on the Discord. Like I said, there are boys in that neck of the woods. Have you seen the lads that turn up live for these lads? It's lively little crew. I saw a Vice documentary on them. It's quite something. Did you see my Bradford staff are going to think it's funny I got this into a Warhammer stream? Mate, it's a tune. The beauty of these streams is you're surrounded by normal men. We're just normal men. Which means we love a bit of bad, but I nearly said it means we love a bit of BBC, but that means something else. So you've got to be careful with that. Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Or top band. So he's looking alright, lads. They've got a new Dizzy Rascal tune. Love a bit of Dizzy Rascal. Saw him at Glastonbury. Last time I was at Glastonbury. And I was... Yeah, no, I can't say that. I felt like it was only like the set was like 10 minutes long. I was having such a good time. It ended and I was like, this is like his third song in it. But no, he'd been playing for like an hour or whatever. It was good fun. I won't lend him your car keys. No, you're too right. Don't lend him your car keys, lad. Oh, well, now Bloodhound Gang's come on. I don't know about Bloodhound Gang. We might be back to Gnome Core again. We'll go back to where we know we're safe. Back to the Gnome Core. Right, let's start ringing people up, I think.
The dwarves of yore made mighty spells, while hammers fell like ringing bells, in places deep where dark things sleep.
Who's going to give me advice on what list to take? I'm going to ring Rob. Is Rob still in the chat? He is, isn't he? Rob, I'm going to ring you. You got your phone on you? Not Telly, don't worry, Telly. I'm not going to do an ambush on you. We need to work out what I'm playing. And it can't be crap, because I'll get very upset with myself again. It needs to be something good. This is satisfying. Is that his phone? Good lad. Let's. If anyone wants to tune in for a dial in for a chat, then you just let me know, and I'll give you a ring. Like this. He sent me another song request. Oh. Whereabouts? On the Discord? No, not on the Discord, in here. Where? Adam, can you type it again? Sorry. Being lazy. Anybody a fan of Dr. Disrespect? Looking messy on Twitter today if you're a fan of Dr. Disrespect. Probably not a good thing to talk about, actually, is it, on a live stream? Don't want to get sued. Discord DM. Right, here we go. I'm just going to click it straight away. I'm going straight in. Hey up, I'm doing some kind of remix. Hang on. Back to the Gnome Core. George is going to be like, so how'd your stream go? Listen to Gnome Core and Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Right, Rob, I'm calling you after this song, kiddo. Paul, get Hailstorm on. Tiderman says, have you given your returning characters absolutely silly names yet? I've not given absolutely silly names, but that feels like a very important thing for me to embark on as soon as possible. They need some silly names. I think they're looking quite good, my Britannians, now. We're not weird at all, are we? What did you do today? I some plastic night models and bounced them across the screen, making it look like, oh look, the blue screen's kicked in. Transfers changes everything, doesn't it? These looked crap, and then I put transfers on them, and they just look, now they look alright. I won't say they're like amazing, but I mean, I'm happy with them. I'm happy with them, boys. Which is all that matters, isn't it, really, I think, if you're painting. I think I said this before on the stream. There's a mate of mine, very close friend of mine, played the game that shan't be named with him for forever. And he was an incredible painter. And, like, no one ever really told me how to paint. No one ever, like, really said... Well, people probably tried. But that's a whole different challenge. Is getting my attention. But I think people tried, but I've never been very good at it. But I'd really try. I'll be like, right, okay, I'm gonna really try and paint this model well. And I'd spend ages doing it. And I'd take it to the club and I'd show Brett and I'd be like, what do you think to this? Thinking, here we go, finally paint the model decent. And he'd look at it and he'd just go, are you happy with it? I'd be like, I want to know if you're happy with it. And he'd be like, well, he always thought it was crap. He'd go, well, are you happy with it? Ah, fine. But I reckon Brett would think these are alright, these Tyranids that we're cracking on with. I think we've found a groove. Paint really bright colours so I can see them. Dwarves are musically inferior to gnomes. I'm not getting involved in gnome dwarf racial tensions. Would you rather be a gnome or a dwarf? Daft question. Obviously a dwarf. Alex, welcome my friend. Ginger Steve, you ready for those undead screamer lists and those Kamari I cast on free? Oh mate. So who said gnome? TTB, you lunatic. And Rob, you've both rather been gnomes than dwarfs. What's your logic? I've just realised the lyrics. I am a dwarf and I dig a hole. Diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. Oh, diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I dig a hole. Diggy diggy hole. This is a bit of fun, isn't it? Boys, do you know what? I think you've swung me around to Gnomecore. Was there another song request? Right, Rob, get your phone on you.
Hello.
Here he is. Hello, mate.
Hey, how are you?
All right, Takida. Cheers for joining us, as always. Both on the stream
No worries.
and now with me ringing you.
We've
Lad,
got a gnome call, mate. That's all we're saying.
Why would you rather be a gnome than a dwarf? That is an insane...
It might be something to do with my old world army right now and not ever wanting to paint or look at another dwarf or play another dwarf. Ever.
It's because you hate dwarfs now?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, mate.
Plus, my gnome Blood Bowl team is amazing and it's great fun, so...
Yeah, but it's just the dimensions of being a gnome. Feel a bit crap.
Yeah, but you get to, like, run around in the public and eat mushrooms and no one cares. I mean...
Yeah, fair. Mate, what army should I play in the... Can you just give me like an honest rundown of which army I should play in the league based on the balanced data slate?
Yeah.
So, well, let's start with knights. Could I get knights on the table and be a bit happier with them? With the changes to the terrain, the walking through terrain?
I think they're more viable, definitely. You know, the walkthrough rules helps massively. I think I'm more concerned that you have just had enough of them.
I've had enough of them, Rob. I want to smash them into a wall.
Yeah, so
genuinely,
regardless of where they are in the meta, it's the same with my doors, right? You're done with that army for at least a while.
Yeah.
I think Tyranids are going to offer you more mission play. They're probably in a better spot in the meta than they are right now.
What with that with this
you.
Vanguard list? Then I can put this on the table.
Yeah, like I don't. It's too early to tell. You know, we're basically playing 10.5. So anything we've learned before now is you need to take with a pinch of salt. So
Yeah, fair.
I think the Tyranid list is potentially good. Brew Lords, Gene Stealers, a couple of Trigons, that's definitely got potential. You're going to need a Nero Tyrant in there, but
I've got a Nero Tyrant. Yeah, I've got a Nero Tyrant.
It's definitely going to be a case of knowing. You're going to need to test it to know for sure, so I would try and get a game in before you put a list in. World Eaters, you know what World Eaters do, they're just going to run at people. I think
Yeah.
the 8-bound list without Angron might actually be better in the current meta. One of the problems with these missions is, you could draw. There's basically a couple of missions where the main mission requires you to do an action. You draw a secondary with an action, and you're like, well, okay, well, I need 3 units to do actions. You can't really afford that if
Yeah.
you've got Angron.
No.
I like Grey Knights in the moment. Obviously, they're in one of the better armies in the game. You come to them, they got nerfed, but I still don't think.
Have they just got nerfed as I'm going to play them? They got nerfed in the data slate. Dread Knight points
Yeah, they
gone
did.
up.
Yeah, a couple
Brilliant.
of points changes. Not massively. The list I sent to you was after the points.
Yeah.
I think
I'll enjoy them, Rob. I think I'll enjoy the playstyle of Grey Knights.
Yeah, they're definitely the strongest of the armies that you have. We know for sure right now, and I know that matters to you. So,
It does, mate. I don't know. I'm not losing to. Well, no. To be fair, Harvey's a really good player, but
yeah,
I don't want to get smashed. Harvey kicked my ass. He's bloody good. He's that kid.
I think play like Grey Knights will be in a good spot. I think.
What about Marine? What about my Vanguard Marine list?
So my Vanguard Marines got hit the hard. Like Marines in general, probably got one of the hardest hits
Did they?
in data slate. Yeah.
What
Demon got nerfed.
What got tickled?
Just the like Iron Storms.
Oh,
the way that the Vanguard mission was playing, some of the extra side stuff. Now, I'm not saying that they're bad because again, it's too early to tell with any of the armies. Like,
Yeah.
Gene Stealer Sisters have come out. It's way too early to tell with 10.5.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say unless you're going to play Blood Angels.
Nah, I
they
can't
look
stand
good.
them. I'm not playing anything red.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
then.
do red.
Um,
I don't.
I mean, good job the World is white and blue, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I like them. They're Leeds colours.
oh dear.
I guess it's Grey Knights then.
Yeah, like get Steve to bring them to you, and then play a few games.
Good lad. I'll do that. Unless anyone's got any very, very strong. Look, it looks like I've messed this model up, but when it dries, it's going to be fine, boys. It looks like I've made it way too shiny. We'll do Grey Knights
with
then,
the
fella.
black base.
I beg your pardon?
And thing in it, but that model looks good. When you give it a base trim,
Yeah,
then it'll look great.
It'll tickle it up. Tickle it right up. Rob, thanks for jumping on, mate, so I can quiz you directly.
No worries.
I'm going to let you get back to your
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah, I'll listen to more known core, obviously. And
Okay, mate.
have a good one.
We'll keep the gnome car coming. Appreciate you, cadet. Switch in a bit.
All right. Bye.
There you go, boys. Looks like it's Grey Knights. Consult the trusted Rob. He's always good advice. He knows what he's on about. Let's check the Scotland score. I won't reveal my phone to everybody. Tiderman says, I should borrow a friend's army. That's my new vibe, mate. That's what I'm all about. So I've got Rob's World Eaters, and we're doing a nice little trade so I can get his Grey Knights, which I'm very much looking forward to. Right, so I've whacked Karenberg Crimson on the skin. I've whacked Drucci Violet on the carapace. And now I'm putting Seraphim Sepia on the yellow. And then we're going to dry brush him up with a bunch of stuff. And that's pretty much going to be it. He's going to be painted. Are we still happy with Gnome Core, boys? So I had a really good conversation this week with a college who I'm going to be doing some work with. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And I think this work and this agreement is going to get us a studio. So we'll have an actual studio for the stream, rather than doing it in my house. I'll have an actual studio, boys. Man, it does look really shiny. I promise it's going to look better in flesh. Washes always stress me out because you put a wash on and you're like, oh my god. It's shiny! And it looks alright when it dries, doesn't it? Oh, that's what we hope. That's what we hope. So we're going to Grey Knights in the league. But I do think, thankfully, that Grey Knights army is fully painted. So I can just get it on the table and get playing some games. Whereas this Tyrannid army, I think I'll keep tickling it. And painting it, because I really, really, really enjoy this colour scheme. And just the process of painting it is just like, it's just fun. It's just fun whacking all these contrast paints on and dry brushing it. Ginger Steve, good lad. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you very much. You like playing in Lee's colours. What colour is relegation? Do you put parachute payment colours on the models? You fucker. Yeah. We didn't do very well. Well, we did alright. We gave it a good shot, you know. We gave it a good shot. I might have to put relegation colours on the World Eaters. I think it's just this. Right, come on. The King Under the Mountain. What's the vibe of this one? Go in blind on that one, Paul. Do you wish G3PO would carry you around like a Dread Knight? I would never be into that sort of thing. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of lads who are quite into that, you know, like that vibe. Not me. It's not for me. I don't want anyone to carry me around. Go blind on that one, Paul. Adam, what do you mean go blind? Oh, is that something you said above? Being a dwarf, it's socially acceptable to offer rock... One day I'm going to get in trouble because someone's going to find the video. Someone's going to find something one of you lot have said and I've read out, and it's got me in trouble. Right, I'm going to let that dry before I do anything else with it. Right, I'm going to paint Von Ryan. What vibe? The vibe, like... Some lads sort of like, you know, they want to be like picked up or whatever, and, you know. It's not for me. It is not for me. If I mean, if I had a wife or a partner that was like, could pick me up and sort of wanted to do it a lot, I'd be pretty uncomfortable with that. Especially in public. Maybe at home if they were like, do you want me to pick, do you know what I mean? Can I just pick you up? Because I find it a bit of fun. I go, well, maybe you can pick me up once. But I do not want to be picked up frequently. No, Ginger Steve, I'm not short. I'm like 6 foot. This lot think I'm short because I sit down all the time, and then when you actually saw me in the stream, they were like, oh shit, I didn't realise Paul's tall. You'll think I'm tiny. Someone earlier said, what happened with Dr. Disrespect? Some accusations on Twitter that the reason he got banned from Twitch was because he was messaging a minor, allegedly. Which is absolutely horrendous if it's true, obviously. Pretty disgusting. But, you know. Is G3... No, G's not very tall. G's quite short. I can pick G up. But some guys, you know what I mean? Some guys are into that sort of thing. They want to be dominant, you know, picked up, and no, not for me. I don't want anyone to pick me up, really. Unless it was a medical emergency or something. Alright, Andrew Tate. No, I mean, it's fine if people are into it. It's just not for me. It's just not... I don't want to be manhandled. Or picked up, you know. Rob says, I can see over his head. Rob, yes. Right. Yes, you are taller than me, Rob. But I'm still on the taller side of things, I would say. If we had to put me on a scale of short to tall, I think you would put me on taller. Do you know what I mean? Not like mega tall, but taller than your average normal man, one might say. Adam says, I do like massive thighs, though. And a fetish about my head getting exploded between a big pair. Adam, thanks for sharing that today with your fellow normal men. That's nice. That's nice to know. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? That's what I mean. Some people are into the sort of like, you know, wrestled about, you know, a bit of strength, but each to their own, you know. I live in a world where, you know, do your thing, boys. Go do your thing. So we're streaming Old World at the weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you Old World boys will join us for that, because it'll be me sat with you for 6.5 hours, 7 hours, nattering away, watching Luke Vincent, aka Chippetto, eat chips and build scenery. I'm sure he'll join me for a bit of commentating and a bit of messing about. So I'm very much looking forward to streaming some Old World. I'm looking forward to the fact that I don't have to worry about the score and constantly going to the players. What's your score? What CP are you on? What thing are you on? Oh, what missions have you got? Instead, just be like, there's a battlefield, there's a dead pile, there's another dead pile. They'll tell us the score at the end. So much easier. So that's going to be fun. Not everything's going to be... It's not fully painted, though, but we'll show you some good armies. I'll try and get on the stream painted armies. I'll favour painted over non-painted, just so it looks good. Steve, I'm a Warhammer player. If my missus needs to pick me up, she needs a forklift and a dumper truck. Could be arranged, mate, I guess. Be a bit of fun as well. Sorry, I'm not very good at showing you guys what I'm actually painting. Adam says, what's the missus for if it's not to work a full-time job and look after me while I paint in game all day? Bonus points if you can change channel time. You're a savage. No, I'm caught. No, I'm caught. Are these like a proper band then, Adam? Or is it just sort of like, do you know what I mean? Lads just do it on the side as a bit of a laugh. I imagine it's just a bit of a... Just do it on the side, right? Sorry, I'll watch this back when we've done it and work out the best camera setup, because I don't know if I've actually nailed it down. What, you've seen them live? Are you just joking? What, like they're like professional band? What colour am I doing them? Von Ryan Leapers, are they any good? Are they better with +1 strength? Surely that. What's that put these guys on now? Strength 6. Strength 6? Yeah. I find my worry with these on the table is they get in. If you're taking with Vanguard, they get in the face, they charge you turn 1. But then they're definitely dead, right? But I guess that's not terrible because they've tied you up and pinned you in. Then if you've got gargoyles coming down for a second wave, pin them in again. Seems alright. Seems solid. I don't think there are many points either, are there? What do you reckon, boys? Von Ryan Leapers? I think I've got 1 unit of 6 in my list. One unit of 6. Mission, get in the face, turn 1. Charge him. Ram says, if I lose my job, I may join you for the last game. If I lose, I may join you. Sorry, mate. I can read, honest. I'm not sure I can handle 3 games with dwarfs. Why don't you play my Bretonians? I got a mint Bretonian list. Easy to play. It's a lot of fun. It's got an unkillable Duke with a Gromgil helm, 2-up save, rerolling 1s. He just doesn't die and just charges around. We've got a unit of Grail Knights, which just gets into stuff as quick as it can. A couple of units of Pegasus Knights. Well, you know what you're doing with them. Put 1 on each flank. Stress people out. Rob says, could have suggested that before the list deadline. Yeah, but it's Luke. He'll be chill. Just text Luke now and say, I really don't want to play. Just be honest. Say, I really don't want to put myself through playing dwarves. So much so that I don't know if I play all games. But Paul said he'd lend me his Bretonians. Can I switch it around? But he says, yeah, alright. But yeah, it's a good list. It's not that hard to play. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. There's not loads and loads of rules to get your head round. Kneel first turn, so you get your ward save. Big blocker Yeoman Guard. Send the Yeoman Guard towards their biggest threat. And just let them stand there and go stubborn and drop back a turn and just... Your opponent will think, oh, I'm going to kill all these Yeoman Guard, and then they'll get there and be like, oh, actually, they're not going anywhere. And then you can have your Grail Knights or your Pegasus Knights. Support them and smash into the flank of whatever's charged them because they've got stubborn. Pegasus Knights, just launch them at stuff. Got 2 units of Knights of the Realm. Are we getting a 100-metre race? I can't believe Liam thinks he's going to beat me in a 100-metre race. I mean, you know what'll happen though? Like, I'll pull a muscle or something and he will beat me. Or I'll like, I don't know, something terrible will happen. And he'll go charging past me. But I'm up for it. I'm up for the race. What do you reckon to this vibe then, boys? What do you reckon to hobby and hanging? We've discovered Gnome Court. We've had Rob call up. We've uncovered quite an aggressive Blackpool grime scene beef. We painted some Tyranids. A lot of people painted Tyranids. We've worked out that I'm going to play Grey Knights. But I guess, Rob, the thing I should have asked you on the phone is, in that list that you sent me, Grey Knights, when I've played them, seem to struggle doing damage. Do the Dread Knights help a lot with that? Obviously, I know the profile, and they've got like strength 10 out with their swords. We've got a side cannon. But do they solve the Grey Knight damage problem, or are they just your best bet at doing damage? If you know what I mean. And in this new meta, does that matter? Dread Knights is a DPS. Liam's got dad strength and big guy strength. He's going to destroy you in every physical challenge. Well, we'll see. Is it going to end up being like a... What's that event where they do loads of different... What is it? Decathlon. I mean... If one of the rounds is Kung Fu... 100 meter sprint, Kung Fu... 40k... You'd still take 6. What, if we had 6 Dread Knights, I'd be taking 6 Dread Knights. Really? You can't take 6, can you? Take 3. Unless I'm being stupid. How can you take 6? And also, shall I finally assemble the Land Raider and turn it into a Land Raider Redeemer? Ham Sandwich was saying it's not a bad shout and have it as like an anti-infantry thing. Gnomecore's really grown on us, hasn't it, boys? It's really grown on us. Just dry it. See, it doesn't look as awful now it's dried. And we're gonna dry brush the skin with a Screaming Skull. Just a little bit. I think it's a bit of fun, that, boys. 3 Nemesis Dread Knights, 3... Oh, right, okay. That feels like a lot of Dread Knights. Do you varnish models? I use a matte varnish spray. No, just a GW spray. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? Just a normal one. Why'd you ask? Because it just takes any shininess off the washes. Is that why you ask, lad? Right, boys, we're going to finish doing the pink on this lad. And then might do my Sunday routine. I hope everybody else has a Sunday routine. I think it's very important to have a Sunday routine. Get yourself ready for work. My Sunday routine at the moment is having a bath and watching Yellowstone. That's how crazy I am, boys. That's how crazy we are. Watch Yellowstone, have a bath, and read the best sci-fi book I've ever read. Hyperion, which I'm nearly finished. If you haven't read Hyperion, read Hyperion. It's a beast. Incredible book. Absolute monster. Oops, messed that bit up. GW Paint Sleep Hobo Shine. Ultra Mean Marines. I mean, it's a routine, I'll give it to you. It's like the sausage roll is a very northern. That's like the northerners Sunday night. Get the oven on for me sausage roll. Only from Greg's. Yeah, it's got to be a Greg's one. Got to be a Greg's one, boys. Let's finally check the Scotland score and see if Tom's happy, boy. Oh, they lost. Hungary scored in the 100th minute. 10 minutes into injury time, Hungary scored. Ouch. Not ideal. So tomorrow, Liam and I are doing a live show, Meta Mondays, and we're going to be looking at models. So we're going to be comparing the models of the 90s to now and looking at some of the models that have changed over the years and talking about the quality of the models and just sharing some of our favourite models in that time. And some of our most hated models. I've got one. Most of the ones I hate the most are just all the AdMech models. That one on the stilts is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It is absolutely horrendous. So we've got Meta Monday on Monday. Although we're not calling it that anymore, are we? We're not calling it Meta Monday, but our entertaining live show with me and Liam being absolutely daft lads, shouting at each other and chatting stupid stuff is tomorrow. Thursday we got a live Old World game, Stephen against Michael. Weekend we're doing a full stream of Old World. And we'll get some more 40k stuff the week after that. Appreciate you boys joining me. Yeah, Stephen, can't wait to. I mean, I still like to talk about them. I just think I don't know how keen Liam is. He's like, let's just be daft. Like, okay, fair enough. I appreciate you joining me doing some painting, boys. It's been a fucking... Oops, I swear. It's been an absolutely shit week this week. I've not had a good week. So I appreciate ending it with you all. Well, not all of you, with a bunch of you. All of you in the chat. And all of you that have tuned in. I really appreciate you hanging out with us. And doing a bit of... Oh, this is still wet, I'm not going to put it on there. Doing a bit of painting with me. And chatting a bit of nonsense. I appreciate it. TTV. My Sunday routine is getting absolutely zooted and watch old Red Bat. Feel like Liam doesn't like the casual direction of the stream, wants to keep it... Oh, yeah, that's definitely Liam's vibe, yeah. Yeah. No, he's, as you... I'm sure you're trolling, he's quite the opposite. Yeah, appreciate you, boys. I'm going to start my Sunday wind down. Hope you enjoyed that. Something different, innit, to our usual stuff. It's the first time we tried it. I reckon we do it again. I reckon Sunday's a good day to do it. Next time I'll think about more stuff I could show. I like, I don't know. I couldn't be more prepared. I just, this morning, when I was heading out, I was like, oh, I've got a quiet evening. It'd be good to do something, make some content. I just thought this could be a fun way to do it. Intimidating, just sat on your own with a load of cameras pointing at you, but you guys make it easy. You're a good bunch. Hope you enjoyed it. But the feedback's super welcome, so let us know on the Discord what you think, or just message me privately. Let me know. Any suggestions, any feedback is always super welcome. I really appreciate those of you that super chatted and chucked some cash at the stream. Appreciate you loads. We're doing our best. Me and Luke are working really hard behind the scenes to get more and more momentum and stuff behind the show. And yeah, hopefully soon we're going to have an actual studio, which would be absolutely amazing. But I'll keep you guys posted as I keep chatting to this college. Yeah, everyone go get your sausage rolls. Get your ovens on, get your sausage rolls ready. Get yourself set up. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 with young Liam. Young Liam, the fastest man on the Discord. And we're going to be talking about models. So I'll see you then, my friends. Appreciate you all. Thanks to the new members that joined. Thanks, lads, for sharing your stuff and cracking on. I've just realised I'm sort of like disappear a bit on the blue screen. Never mind. Yeah, it'd be 7:30. Me, late to a stream. Good God, sir. Good God. Right, I'll let the Gnome Corps boys play it out for us. Appreciate you all loads. Good normal men. Speak to you on the Discord. Thanks for watching. See you boys soon.